brutal assault on an army officer in Punjab. Growing calls for justice. This has sparked outrage and deep emotions across the country. In fact, protests by retired armed forces personnel and civilians continue nationwide. They demand justice for Colonel Pushpinder Bath. The incident took place on the intervening night of March 13th and 14th in Patiala. Colonel Bath, who holds a sensitive post under the Cabinet Secretariat Government of India, was allegedly attacked by the Punjab Police personnel, reportedly in plain clothes, after they asked him to move his car so that they could park theirs. When he objected to their tone, he and his son were beaten, and the family claims that these were Punjab Police in ordinary clothes. CCTV footage capturing that incident also surfaced. The colonel sustained a broken arm, his son suffered a head injury, and his complaint. In the complaint that was filed with the cops, Colonel Bath has accused 12 Punjab Police personnel of assault, is now seeking a transfer of the investigation to the CBI or another independent agency to crack down on the culprits. Despite the gravity of the allegations, the FIR was registered only after significant delay, prompting the Punjab and Haryana High Court to finally intervene and pull up the state government over this matter. In a joint press conference, the Punjab DGP Gaurav Yadav and Lieutenant General Mohit Wadhwa, Chief of Staff, Western Command, have urged that the issue not be framed as a clash between the police and the army. But what has happened here since then, since that night, the action has been taken very late, and that's what makes us raise a lot of questions and why the system itself looked away. But here's officers there pleading not to make this a clash between the army and the police.
Unfortunate incident of assault on a serving army officer is an aberration which will be dealt with in accordance with law. I would appeal to everyone not to indulge in criticizing the situation or making the present situation into an army versus police one. The criminal investigation shall be completed swiftly so that the culprits are brought to book soon.
The probe is now being undertaken by the Special Investigation Team. The guilty police personnel should be punished in a timely and an exemplary manner so that the incident does not vitiate the atmosphere and affect the long-cherished bonhomie between the civil administration and Punjab Police with the serving and retired army personnel.
Now, it's tragic that finally the court had to intervene to push the police into action. And joining me right here is Colonel Bath's wife, Jaswinder Kaur, who's been at the forefront of this fight for justice. Thank you very much, ma'am. I know the emotion that you may be going through at this point, but you joining us means a lot, and we'd want to hear from you on what happened. It's been nearly 2 weeks now since the attack. What's the journey been like for the family since then? And your husband and son, are they coping? Are they doing okay? Give us a little more on the ordeal.
See, my husband he's posted in Delhi. So he and my son were traveling from Delhi for celebrating Holi with the family because because he's posted in Delhi and I stay here with my in-laws and look after my work here. I have a running business with me, where my son is also part of it. So both of them were coming from Delhi to celebrate Holi with us. They reached this. He started after 6:30 from coming back from his office because next day was a Holi. So instead of traveling in the morning, I told him that you travel at night because early morning, then you will not be able to reach in time to celebrate Holi. So we had kept a small function together with friends and all. So we were waiting to, celebrate Holi together. But then one did not realize when he reaches Patiala, the color of Holi would be with their own blood. When he reached the dhaba there, and they ordered one Maggie because my husband is a very fitness freak kind of a person who sleeps at 9:30 and gets up at 5. He's a very disciplined kind of a person in his life and routine also. And when he reached here, so my son said he was a little hungry, so they called me up that Maggie. I said you can have and come, and they went to the dhaba to have a Maggie. They ordered a Maggie. And the Maggie had come. The person had served them a Maggie, and from the wrong side there was a police vehicle, which came, and there was a Scorpio N, and there was a Fortuner, and then and there were 3-4 vehicles which came, and some people came in there, with their khaki trousers and civil white shirt and blue jeans, and they came. They were quite drunk, and they started shouting and abusing and saying "Adiya side te karo," and in Punjabi language as speaking and abusing. So my son's friend was also standing. So he told my husband told him that your vehicle is on the road, but gadi side pe kar do. Then they came towards my husband and my son's side where the Maggie was kept on the dicky of the car. And they said Gadi side. He told his son side pe karo, but he was abusing. That guy started abusing. So my husband told him that you can't be abusing like this. You can always say Gadi side me karo, but that has to be respectful. You can't start abusing language, use such language, derogatory language. So he said, who are you to teach us? We are encounter specialist. And then they started abusing more further. And when the two of the officers were talking, one of the officers, I won't say, they were gundas in uniform. So these gunda, out of the three gundas standing there, one of the gundas just hit my husband while interacting with the other person, and he told them that I'm an army personnel, you can't be abusing like this. So you can tell me to put the car on side, but you can't be using abusive language of mother, father, sisters like that. And then the other boy, there was this Inspector Roni Singh. He just came. He was so drunk that he came and he punched my husband on the forehead, and where my husband's specs had broken, and then he'd fallen on the dicky, and then he had fallen on the floor. He had told my son to go and park the car, put the car little more ahead. So my son from the you will see there's a video where my son is walking towards the car door to park the car ahead, and these people were arguing with my husband, and my husband said, "You can't be abusing." So one of the officer hit my husband, and my son returned back, and he saw that they were kicking him, and they were hitting him boxes and kicking him. So he tried to come and safeguard the father, and then all of a sudden he saw that there were about 5 6 boys who just caught hold of him, and there were still two of them were hitting his father. So
I'd
he
just
tried
like
to.
to ask you, ma'am, do you believe they were drunk?
They were heavily drunk. They were heavily drunk, and the evidence are also available with us that they were drunk. Their own
And
colleagues have told
the
us.
cops have not been cooperating? You've been pushing for a CBI probe?
Yeah, I'll tell you what exactly happened after that. When my son was trying to, come back to his father because they were kicking him, so these all caught hold of him, and he tried to, push them and, again get back to his dad, and somehow he managed to meet his dad, and his dad was holding him, and he was trying to hold his father that he could just put him back to the car, and these guys again they started hitting him, pulled him from his hair, took him to the corner, and they pushed his dad, and one of the guy ran and told them to get all the lattis and dandas from the gadi. They all attacked him quite. It was a brutal attack. And after that, he put his fake father with lot of difficulty in the car, and from the other side, this Harjinder Dillo, Ronnie and Chaminder, they went and they started hitting an unconscious man inside the vehicle. You must have seen the videos.
Right,
And
right.
it is painful for me to tell this also
No,
because
no,
it's
absolutely, ma'am.
actually.
And I just
It was
finally would
so
get.
brutal. It was so brutal that मतलब any है जिसको बोलते हैं ना हिंदी में हैवान भी ऐसी हरकत नहीं करता.
A final word from you on a CBI probe that you demand.
We've applied for a CBI inquiry at High Court because we're not getting justice from the Punjab government because they've ordered for a sit and magistratal inquiry. Sit is again, composed of the police, and it's a state government again, whether it is magistrate or whether it is sit. The question is district police or district administration. They can't go against each other.
Yeah.
It is state government again. So that's why when we've asked for the CBI inquiry that a justice can be given to us, and whoever, at least the truth should come out. There's a lot of truth when
Correct.
it comes to CBI inquiry. Why if the Punjab government is so sure about their not having any issue, if they're so sure. Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, if they're so sure about, that the incident has taken place, they've given a statement, everything, they've identified everybody. Firstly, they were not ready to do FIR. FIR was done on Dhabawala's name, who was not a victim. My husband was the first person who reported the incident. We have given
Right.
them all the evidence. All fake, fabricated stories the Punjab police can create.
You know,
Already, you might
we're
be
really
going around.
hoping, ma'am, that for the CBI does take up the matter and justice will follow. And of course, keeping the spotlight on the story, the country is watching. You have immense support from the army fraternity across the nation, and we are here to follow up. But I really wish your family a speedy recovery and speedy justice. Thank you very much.